Salute, 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 salute. What's going on, people? Give me a minute. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. There we go. One two. Can you hear me? 1 2 1 2. I don't know what's going on. Out of everybody in. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. What's going on? The world of boxing. We got Foster. He talking a lot of shit about uh Shakur Stevenson. I don't know. I don't think he can beat Shakur. I think Shakur stop him. Period. Even though they got the same style, Oshetsky Foster's not ready for Shakur Stevenson. That's out. That's completely out. Nah, I can't see that. Mike, what's up, man? Like, subscribe to the chat. Like, subscribe to the chat. I appreciate it. It don't cost you nothing. It's free. It's free. 12th round knockout. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe to the chat. What y'all think about the Spence Tim Tszyu fight? Spence coming back to fight Tim Tszyu with no tune-ups. That's a tough one. Tim Tszyu is not a walk in the park. You know, that's a tough one. And let's be honest, is Spence really well? Is he good to go? Is he ready? You got to remember, Tim Tszyu been fighting regular for the last 3 years. He's been fighting on the regular basis for the last 3 years. And Spence just, been whatever for the last 3 years. He been training for the last year, probably year and a half. And then he's going all the way out to Australia to jump in the ring with Tim Tszyu. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. Period. Like, may God bless him. He took a lot of shots in that. He took a lot of shots in that Crawford fight. He took a lot of shots, man. I don't know his sparring and where he at, but I know this. Tim Tszyu was a dog. That's, do I like him? No, I can't stand him as a fighter. No, I don't like him. Tim Tszyu, I can't stand him. I don't like him. Something about him, his face. But, I'm a podcaster. I'm still going to talk about him, but, and then he's fighting Spence, and that's my guy. So, I just hope Spence been training, I hope he's ready mentally, because this is going to be a tough one for him to be coming back. To be coming back and to jump in there like that, he did it with Danny Garcia. He did it with Ugas. Okay, we seen that, but to go over to Australia and try it with Tim Tszyu in his house is a lot. It's not going to be easy for him. Period. It's not going to be easy. Yeah. Then you got Keyshawn and Albright. That's next weekend, the 16th. Me personally, and a lot of people might don't agree with this, and I'm just being honest. I'm being as honest as I can be. I think Albright beat Keyshawn Davis they last fight out. Period. I think Albright beat Keyshawn Davis. But they gave the fight to Keyshawn. I believe that. I went back. I scored the fight with the TV turned down. I went back 3 times. That fight, my boy said the fight could have went either way. I said Albright won. Since Keyshawn is up and coming and he's the, he had the WBO till he lost it on the scale, I really do feel as though that Keyshawn Davis lost that fight to Albright. I really do feel that, um, I scored the fight twice, 3 times. I went and watched that fight 3 different times since they fought, and I came up with the same thing. The same thing. So it's gonna be cool to see them next weekend, but Albright came back and beat his brother completely up. Banged his brother up. That's why, after the fight, they was fighting in the locker room. Them niggas from VA was mad, that Keyshawn brother got beat up and Keyshawn was mad. But if you ain't ready, you ain't ready, man. Period. If you ain't ready, you ain't ready. That's the bottom line. That's how it goes. This is boxing, man. You win some, you lose some. Period. That's how it goes. Salute to Crystal. Salute. What's going on, babe? How you feeling? I hope your day is going well so far. Like, subscribe to the channel. Please. Like, subscribe. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers by July. Trying to get 1,000 by July. I would really, really appreciate it. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. On the bio, I have Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, Tommy Hearns, Usyk. I also have Crawford. I have all of them sitting down eating a meal, and I have Pac standing up with a meal in his hand, and I'm saying, who should stand up and let Pac sit down? Who should stand up and let Pac sit down? Out of them six fighters, Usyk, Crawford, Ali, Floyd, Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns. Out of them 6, who should stand up and let Pac sit down? I don't know. I think Pac had to eat standing up. And that don't have nothing to do with race. It don't have nothing to do with anything but the sport of boxing. That's all it have to do with. It's the sport of boxing. Do would Floyd have to stand up to let Pac sit down? To let Pacquiao sit down? Real question. Who would have to sit down? Would Sugar Ray Leonard have to sit down and let have to stand up, have to get up and let Pacquiao sit down? How about Tommy Hearns? How about Muhammad Ali? Terence Crawford? and we got Usyk. I'm not gonna say Usyk because he's the only white boy sitting at the table, but I call it how I see it. Um, you talk about accolades. Pac, I mean, Tupac can sit down at the table with, somebody would just have to move over. You know, if you talk about numbers and achievements, you know, because a couple of them hasn't done what Pac done in the sport of boxing. Let's be real. And I've never been a fan of Pacquiao. Never. I've never been a fan. I've never been a fan of Pacquiao. You know, I think he's a alright fighter. I think, but if any one of them had to stand up and let Pac sit down, me personally, I think it would be Usyk. I think Usyk will have to get up and let Pac sit down. Crawford, no. Muhammad Ali, no. Floyd, no. Sugar Ray Leonard, no. Tommy Hearns, no. Only one I can see is Usyk. And then people, what you gonna say? I'm racist because I say Usyk? No, I say Usyk because that's how I feel. I think Usyk will be the one to stand up and let Pacquiao sit down. Period. Get your ass up. Let that man sit down. Straight up. Get up and let him sit down now. Like, subscribe to the channel. Ask. It don't cost nothing. It's free. Like, subscribe to the channel. Like, subscribe to the channel, and also leave a comment. Leave a comment. Let me know who would have to stand up in order for Pacquiao to sit down between Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, Terrence Crawford, and Usyk. Let me know who would have to stand up and let Pacquiao sit down. If y'all say nobody, nobody. But me personally, I would say Usyk will have to stand up and leave the table and let Pac sit down and eat. That's my take on that. Period. It don't have anything to do with racism, nothing. That's how I feel. In fact, no, that's not Usyk. That's Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. I think they locked in. Yeah, I think they locked in. And some idiot had the nerve to say that's gonna be the fight of the millennium or something. Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Come on, man. Like, who want to see that? Who really want to see that fight? I talk about it because people like them guys. So me being a podcaster, I'm gonna talk about them. I'm gonna talk about the fight, but like, do I care about the fight? No. Would I go? Um, I watch it because I love the sport of boxing. How about that? That's the only reason why I would actually watch that fight, because I'm a fan of boxing. I wouldn't watch it for no other reason. None. Period. Like, subscribe to the channel. Like, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it. Um, it don't cost anything to subscribe. It don't cost nothing to like. If you're a true boxing fan, 12th round knockout, we coming through. We trying to get big. We trying to do it big. Pause. And subscribe. Give us a shot. 12th round knockout. Rajan Pittman, 12th round knockout. Subscribe and like to the channel. It don't cost you nothing. It's free. Leave a comment. We trying to get up there. So, yeah. They had Floyd Mayweather training the other day on YouTube. Uh, he was doing pad work, and I have to say this in all honesty. He looked damn good on them pads. He looked real good. His footwork, his accuracy, his movement, his head movement, his snap. His snap was like like Floyd. He didn't look sloppy. He didn't look slow. He didn't look like his timing was off. None of that. None of that. He was snappy. You know, when in that pad work, I have to say that he looked good. He looked damn good. He was snapping that jab. Whop, 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 whop. I said, whoa, whoa. So if Pacquiao think that now he could beat Floyd, I think he's gonna be fooled. It's gonna be the same thing. Floyd different. Um, Floyd different. And I'm interested in that fight only because I think Pacquiao think he can really like uh take that O from Floyd. And that's the thing. Floyd, from what I'm hearing, do I have any receipts? Can I back it up with? No, I can't. I can't. And I didn't even hear it from reliable sources or anything. What I heard was Floyd thought it was going to be an exhibition, and Pacquiao team said, no, we don't do exhibitions. The contract was signed. From my recollection, Floyd got some type of advance, and here we are. That's what I heard. Is it true? I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm only I'm only caught up in the he say she say stuff, and that's in all honesty. I don't know uh what's the issue, what's the thing with that fight. Is it really a fight, or is it really an exhibition? I don't know. But from what I see, it looked like Floyd has a fight before Pacquiao over in um, another country. It, I think he has another fight, and then in July he has the Pacquiao fight. That's a lot of fighting to be damn near 50. Come on, Floyd. I don't know, man. I don't know. I I guess when the IRS is on you, and you holding money to everybody, um you start scrambling, man. You start doing things you normally wouldn't do. Like it's almost sad, man. It's sad. It's really sad, but you know, um, I don't feel sorry for no man that sit there and blow money, buy a watch for $1 million, and bought, if I'm not mistaken, six of them. He bought six of them. How can you feel sorry for him when he started dwindling? It, look, when the black folks start protesting Hilfiger and Louis Vuitton and stuff like that, Floyd Mayweather said, quote, F that. I'm shopping in Louis Vuitton and woo 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 woo. And that's what he did. We saw him shopping in the store of Louis Vuitton, and he had girls with him and buying them stuff, and you know he said, forget them niggas. And I think that was corny. Period. Think that was real corny. So you know, don't make no sense. Now he's scrambling, and he's scrambling. Now he need, you know, money, and here it is. He's fighting like this, and come on, man. When has Floyd ever went over to another country to fight someone during his career? If you wanted to fight Floyd, you had to come to America, and you had to come to Vegas, the MGM. When Floyd was in his prime doing his thing, you know. Now, it's so much going on. You hear so much, and then you see things. You don't know if it's real. You don't know if the sources are reliable. You just don't know. You just don't know. When Floyd was in New York and he was saying all them buildings, was his and this and that. Come to find out that was all cat. You don't know, man. You don't know. You just don't know. Walaikum salam. You just don't know. Like, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe to the channel. Uh, like, subscribe to the channel. It don't cost you nothing. It's free. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers by July. I'm trying to reach that goal, and I'm asking if you're tuning in to Rajon Pittman 12th round knockout. I'm asking you to subscribe to the channel. You know, it's good content over here. Gonna have interviews, and all that, good stuff. Tune in. That's all I ask, man. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, and fool with us. We gonna grow just like everybody else grew and became large. So we on our way. We on our way. Facts. Salute to the chat. Um, Tank Davis. Shout out to Tank. Salute to Tank, my favorite fighter. He back in the gym training, doing his thing. Who's lined up for him to fight? I don't know. I don't know, but I know this. He's definitely, it's now, these are facts. He's definitely locked in, and he definitely have fights coming up. These are facts. No cat. Um, it's supposed to be announced soon, for the world to know. Yeah, he back. And from what I'm hearing and my recollection, Shakur is on the table. Uh, Shakur is supposed to be one of those that is in line for him to fight. I'm not gonna say it's locked in, but I do know this for a fact that they teams been talking. Like it's been, you know, it's been back and forth. Um, that's a fact. You know, um, but I figured Tank would want a couple of a tune up. He would want a tune up, see where we at, see what's going on. Um, I could see that with Tank. You know, um, I'm just super excited my boy back and training and you know moving, moving and you know ready to start back getting them knockouts, ready to start back filling up them arenas, you know, when Tank fight, everybody come out. Facts. All facts. When Tank fight, all the players, the hitters, everybody is in the building. Everybody in the building. No matter where he at. Facts. No matter where he at. Brooklyn, Atlanta, Baltimore, uh, wherever, wherever. People like to see knockouts, man. People like to see knockouts. Tank put them asses in them seats. Pause. Period. Straight up. That's what he do. That's what he do. That's what he do well. They like the homie. So when he fight, he come out. the dudes and the chicks. It's facts. Never no cap. Real talk. Like, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it. Don't cost you nothing. You can leave a comment about the bio, what I have up, about who should get up, and give Pacquiao a seat. Who should get up and give him their seat? Should it be Muhammad Ali? Should it be Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns? No. Should it be Usyk? Who should get up? Yeah, but that Oshesky Foster fight, um, that's gonna be a good fight. That's coming up. Oshesky Foster, and I can't believe his name escapes me. Wow, that's crazy. His name completely just brain fart. Like I cannot remember his name. Oshesky next fight. Black fighter out of Jersey, out of Camden, New Jersey. I don't know why his name just escapes me, but from my recollection, Shakur is in the camp with him and getting him ready for Oshesky Foster, and it's been a lot of flack behind that. Oshesky don't like the fact that that Shakur Stevenson is doing the camp with him. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, please. I'm sorry, people. Just give me a minute. 1 minute. Okay, that was my fault. Okay, Osetsky Forster fighting Raymond Ford next. I was trying to remember his name, Raymond Ford. Um, that's and Shakur's in the camp with Raymond Ford right now, and it's a lot of flack behind that, behind Shakur being in the camp with Raymond Ford. He's Oshetsky is like not feeling that at all, and he's making it public and he's making it known and he's crying about it. He's talking about how him and Shakur was supposed to be cool at one time, and you know, all of a sudden Shakur just started acting funny, you know, and then he went and he asked Raymond Ford, can he, do the camp with him, and Raymond's, come on, let's go. So that's what's happening, and that's the beef, and Oshetsky, he's doing something that's critical in the sport of boxing. He's really looking past Raymond Ford because he believed Raymond Ford never fought anybody. And Oshetsky forced the mind. His thing is who have you fought? And everybody you fought, I knock him out. That's how Oshetsky feel because that's what he said. So he looked at Raymond Raymond Ford is no threat at all, and he's looking past him because he said, when I knock Raymond Ford out, when I knock him out, then I'm going for Shakur Stevenson. So he's looking past Raymond Ford and already looking to go in negotiations with Shakur. That come from how can I put it? Like that comes from like that's over arrogant. You're talking about Raymond Ford, a good fighter, like someone that's gonna bang with you, someone that's gonna show up on fight night, someone that can potentially beat you because you lost to you, and then you lost to the fighter Shakur beat up. The Spanish guy, Shakur beat him up. You lost to him. You ran from him all night. You lost. And Shakur beat him up. So what make you think, oh, styles make fights? That, because that's where a lot of people go. Well, styles make fights and whoop de whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, we know that. Style does make fights. That's true. But some people know how to adjust. But I want to touch on a few things, a couple of things before I end this live, and that's Antoine Russell, Gary Russell. Antoine Russell said something that made so much sense about Lamont Roach. Shout out to the Russells. I don't know why. I can hear it in my head, but I can't hear it out. Hey, babe, you can hear me? Chris, can you hear me? Can you hear me in the chat? Salute, salute, salute. Salute. Okay, baby. Do you hear the clapping and stuff? Like, nah. Okay. I know you don't. I don't know what's going on. Why it's not coming through. Um, my special effects. I don't know why it's not coming through. Yeah, it's not an echo now though. I was doing that. I was making it do that. But for some reason you can't hear none of my special effects. I don't know why. don't know why you can't hear him. I don't know why. Salute, salute, salute. I don't even hear it in the headphones. Salute, salute, salute. Salute. 1 2 1 2. I don't know. I'll work on it later. But I was going somewhere. I was talking about Lamont Roach and and um and Antoine and Gary Russell. Antoine said something on Mill City that was so profound because Roach said he'd rather fight the younger Antoine than fight the older Antoine because it's big risk, low reward. So I said, wow, I wonder what would make him say that? You know, why would, you know, he feel like that? And what he said was, if you're gonna base Lamont career off the Tank fight, then, you know, like who you fought? How, like, you still riding really the Tank wave, Roach, because let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Even even some of the guys that's not that's real boxing fans never heard of you before Tank. Now I knew who you was because Tank my favorite fighter, so you you know, as your favorite fighter, you chase everything of your favorite fighter. Well, you know, everything you see, you chase it. You know, his Olympics and all this and all that. And I've seen you and Tank sparring sessions. They on YouTube a lot, and I always was saying, if Tank and this guy Roach ever fight, Roach is the only guy that can actually beat Tank. I was saying that when y'all was still young in y'all careers. And then when y'all linked up the fight, I was telling my man Abdul Malik, I was telling him, yo, the only guy, this guy can beat Tank. Like he has a good chance of beating him. Now my guy was like, nah, man, Tank gonna knock him out because he didn't know. He's not a casual either. He just didn't know. You know, um, so I say that to say, if you think about it, Roach is riding the wave off the Tank fight still. He's still riding that wave. And to be honest, that train then went by already. That train then went by. It's a whole new, like, bro, you have to do something to make to make and then you fought Pitbull and you really feel you beat Pitbull. The last two fights was draws. That's Tank and Pitbull. They was a draw. And that's only because the the boxing upper people look at you like you don't have that it factor. You don't have that thing. You don't have that thing. And I'm talking about Roach. He don't have that thing that fills seats. He don't have that thing that, everybody rushed to. And him and Shakur was talking about fighting at one time. And I was saying, man, I'm telling you, excuse me, it'll be different now because Shakur didn't beat a few people, and now people want to come out and see this young man do his thing, talking about Shakur. But if they would have fought or tried to fight around after the Tank fight, it would have been an empty arena because nobody knew Roach. And after he drew a Tank, nobody still knew Roach. And now nobody still don't know Roach. They just know he's a fighter that came up from DC that drew a Tank. Took Tank to a draw. Well, check this out, homie. Pitbull took Tank to 12 rounds. So, and you really felt as though you beat Tank that fight. You felt that in your heart. And then you said the crowd knew who won and whoop-de-whoop and woo-woo-woo. But, fam, you didn't even fight the first 5 rounds. The first 5 rounds of the fight, you wasn't even in the fight, homie. Like, let's be real. The first 5 rounds of the Roach Tank fight, Roach wasn't even in the fight. Anything that was happening, it was Tank making it happen. And then, you started coming on. You started coming on in the later rounds, like the seventh, the eighth. You know, you had good rounds then, and just by you being there and taking them shots from Tank made you look good. But technically, if people go back and watch that fight now, they will have a whole different feeling of the fight. It was just the shock of you, of first of all, Tank going back to the corner and wiping his eye and because he went on one knee, all that was a shock to the sport of boxing and the fans. So, to see Tank do all that, it was a shock. So this is all what you're known from. And you hit Tank and he stumbled back a little bit, and like, bro, you still riding that wave. You had a good night. Okay. But bro, you lost to the Marine. The Marine beat you. Then Shakur stopped the Marine. But you lost to the Marine, bro. Lost. Shout out to Roach. Salute to all my real ones. Salute to the ones that come out and check me out. And, salute to my lady, Crystal in the chat. Love you, babe. Salute. I end it the same way all the time. Jersey.